because I'm a systems engineer and do a lot of work in semantics for the web. And there's the common theme now, and you brought it up with Twitter and email. There was a lot of information before in books, and now you have all those books plus the stream coming in from the internet. I typically spend about, or used to, 2 hours a day trawling through aggregation sites that filter that for you in itself. And the role technology plays in the gathering and the filtering of all these items that we use language for, why are we using technology to do that? Even though I know a lot of it's being expressed through law of attraction, because you can see a lot of it happening that way, but why are we expressing it through technology when there is the more organic way of...
Well, we like what you're saying here, and here's the perspective that we would give to this. While you do use your language to deceive yourself and others about your true vibration, you also are using your technology in many ways to deceive yourself and others about your true vibration. The internet, with the technology of it, the vibration of it, the electronics of it, it is the closest thing to law of attraction and the way law of attraction works.
I see it all the time.
Of anything that exists on your planet.
And it happens really fast, too.
Which means that there has never been a more important time for you as individuals to manage your own gap. In other words, in the same way we said several years ago that the technology of the search engines were going to be the basis of the technology as it's moving forward, because this glut of information, you have to find some way of sifting and filtering through it. Otherwise it's just chaos. So when you open your computer and it just brings chaos to you, if you can't make some sense of it in some way that's meaningful to you, then it's just a bad experience. And so in a similar way, just let's talk about the physical world that surrounds you, with all of the details and all of the opinions and all of the beliefs, most of which have little or nothing to do with you. But the more of it that you take in, that you bring into your filters, the more of it you take in, the more out of control it is. In other words, don't you just love it when you do a search for something and 55 million of them come up and you think this is going to take a while? So you only look at a handful of them and usually don't find a lot of satisfaction even in that. So what we're getting at, and we think maybe what you're getting at too, is that, and it really is the theme of this gathering and every gathering that we will have forevermore, is that when you take the time, when you acknowledge that the vibrational reality exists and you take the time to tune yourself to it, it's like setting yourself up with a search engine that has searching and finding capabilities, the likes of which you have never even come close to in your human technology through the internet. In other words, this vortex of creation that law of attraction has assembled, all of these cooperative components, big stuff is going on there. It's a reality that exists. If you just take the time to simply find something to bask about, something to appreciate about. Appreciation is the fastest key into the vortex that we know. Meditation is another. Then you can just set aside layers and layers and layers and layers of struggle and sifting and sorting and just get into the vortex. You already did the sifting. It's like you've already done all of the legwork. You've already done all of the data collection. You've already put all of the components for your masterful search in this vortex of creation. And now the one last thing that you need to do in order to have a full-blown manifestation of all the best things that life has caused you to ask for is you've just got to get into the vortex. You don't have to search through the archives. You don't have to do anything other than get happy right now. Really, it would be comparable to having 10 life-giving, life-challenging questions on your mind. You're looking for money, you're looking for a lover, you're looking for a house to live in, you're looking for meaningful work. Let's say 5. You're looking for 5 really important things, or 10 or 20. You're looking for these 5 things that really, really matter to you. So you sit down at this giant computer, this computer that reaches to the boundaries of this boundaryless universe, and you push the button, and it says,
42.
it says, what is the password? What is the vibrational password? And you say, damn it, let me in. No. Invalid password. What's the password? I really, really deserve to get in there. No. Invalid password. My sister's in there and she doesn't deserve it. Why won't you let me in? Invalid password. I've been suffering. I've suffered my whole life. It's my turn. Invalid password. Until finally you sit there, you believe that this has the answers that you're looking for and the trail to everything that you want, and you finally, through trial and error, discover that you just have to find one thought. And suddenly the thought of Elsie, lovable cat, running through the bushes and jumping up the tree and climbing into the treehouse, just that fleeting thought, you're in. You're in. You're in. Then you remember, oh yeah, Elsie croaked. And then the computer says, access now denied, as the vortex spits you out. In other words, this vortex that we're talking about is something that you feel your way in, and you feel your way to maintain your experience there. Until just through experience you show yourself the thoughts that get you in, the thoughts that spit you out, the thoughts that get you nearly in, the thoughts that get you all the way in. You just vibrationally tune yourself to the frequency of this delicious life that has been gathered for you and by you.
We just got there. Thank you.